Hello everybody, welcome to today's webinar, BCD Video Update and Offerings. Today we have with us Perry Levine, the Director of Strategic Alliances for BCD Video. Perry has 35 years of security industry experience and is a veteran in a multitude of roles. Mr. Levine has been instrumental in driving strategic relationships and security product strategies. Perry is a member of numerous industry associations and standards committees. Mr. Levine is responsible for bringing company directives to integrators and technology partners. We also have with us today Carl Polish, North America Sales for BCD Video. Carl has over 30 years of experience in sales and technology and has been with BCD Video since 2012. Carl's responsibilities include hosting presentations and building relationships with vendors, integrators, and consultant partners. In today's webinar, you will hear the latest updates from BCD Video. BCD Video has become the leading video surveillance storage manufacturer for security integrators all over the world. BCD Video engineers custom solutions built precisely for the particular project and site that deliver the best performance, scalability, and efficiency. Not only does BCD Video provide a complete, robust infrastructure based upon custom solutions for storage, access control, networking, and client viewing stations, but also builds for maximum uptime with worldwide product support and customer service. My name is Julie Rolls. I'm the training manager with PSA Security Network, and I will be moderating today's call. I have just a few quick housekeeping items before I hand it over to Perry and Carl. If you happen to have any questions throughout the course of this presentation, please type them into the question panel and we will have time for Q&A at the end of the presentation. If you happen to have any technical difficulties, chat will also be monitored and we will do our best to get you back up and running should you run into any problems. With that, I'm going to hand it over to Perry and Carl.
Hi, this is Perry Levine, Director of Strategic Alliances for BCD Video. We'd like to welcome you to our webinar with an update on BCD Video. And Carl Polish.
Hi, this is Carl Polish, North America Sales. I again want to welcome you and thank you for giving us the time. Today we're going to talk about BCD Video. Our product portfolio consists of our main business of servers and storage for the IP surveillance and access control market, for the security market. We specialize in building video servers, not IT servers to work as a video server, but we specifically build them for video around the VMS platforms that you choose to use. Another is the networking side of our business. We support you in full networking, as you'll see in future slides down the road. Workstations, we can build the workstations for any requirement that you need, whether it be for your IP surveillance and once again access control. And then we have professionals behind the scene that give the unbelievable support to you and your customers in making sure that your IP surveillance and your access control projects go in place and very successful.
And not only do we build your servers and workstations, but we'll also preload them with your specified software that you provide the licensing for to save you time in the field.
Now a little bit about BCD Video. Our company was started in 1999. BCD stands for Burgess Computer Decisions. We are owned by Jeff Burgess. He started the company and he came from the IT side of the business. But in 2002, because we are all out of Illinois, we were asked by GE Security to build an IP surveillance server for the Illinois tollway. We did that. It went in smoothly. They had clean video, and we looked at the industries at that point in IT versus IP, and it was all analog in the security market at that point. We were just talking about the IP, so it's at its inception period. So we took the ball and we moved with it in the security market, learning how all the VMSs were written, and started to build more and more servers on the VMS platforms that were given at the time. By 2008, we got very successful building on different platforms, but we decided that we needed to get a serious platform moving forward with the best support out there in the industry. So we went to Hewlett-Packard in 2008 and mentioned to them that they are the largest server company in the world, but they have no idea how to build a streaming video server or an access control server in the security market. Allow BCD Video to be that partner, and we'll build that business for them in the security industry. So it took us 2 years and 3 tries. By 2010, they granted us an OEM partnership with them. And ever since 2010, we left the IT side of the business, went fully into supporting our integrated partners in security, behind the scenes for your IP surveillance and access control projects. Today we are the largest OEM manufacturer with HP in the security market with over 50,000 servers in 53 countries and 6 continents. A very good footprint out there. Some of the key alliances that we build our product on is Hewlett Packard, as I mentioned earlier. We do build, it's all branded BCD Video. We build our servers on the Hewlett Packard platform. That's a very good thing because today when we sell something to a customer, they want to make sure that whether they own it for 5 years or 10 years, it will be supported. So we utilize HP's warranty. They support it 100%. We utilize their engineering network around the world to go on site for you to actually fix the servers at no charge to you or your end user, or BCD Video for that matter. It is included in the warranty piece that comes with the BCD Video products. Then we went to Seagate. We, in our industry, there's a couple architectures. Take the cloud out of it for now. We look at distributed architecture or centralized architecture. So say, for instance, that you have 60 buildings out there and they wanted their server and the storage in the same appliance out there. That would be your distributed model. Or you could have servers out in each location to receive the video and offload it to a centralized storage somewhere else. And that is what we call a SAN solution. And we went to Seagate, the #1 hard drive manufacturer in the world, because your largest cost today in your servers and your storage will be the hard drives. Not because of a single price, but the incremental piece of that, because there's so many of them in there. We wanted a very cost-effective means to get you a great SAN solution with the technology support of BCD Video and Seagate with a 5-year next business day on-site warranty. So we have that product for you there. And then we look at Extreme Avaya. There's unicast and multicast networks in our industry of video. And we needed to get a very good multicast switch out there. So we went to Avaya and Extreme. We signed an OEM agreement with them. And today we use the BCD Video Titan series on the platform utilizing the DNI chassis as you see further to the right. Now DNI makes a percentage of the chassis out there for the networking market. They happen to build them for the Avaya Extreme product. So we did that. We bought the iOS from Avaya and we now sell it as our BCD Video Titan series with shortest path bridging technologies. Then we looked at Acton, and when we get to the smaller switches out there in your unicast environments, we needed a good product out there that we could sell to you in the security industry that met the price point where you would not have to do support calls. So we went to Acton. They're the major manufacturer of all chassis for the networking side of the business, and worked out an OEM agreement with them. And now we sell that as the BCD Video Edge Core product. And as you look at the slide below, you'll notice Vigilon, Exact, Genentech, Linnell, Milestone, or SSI. That is a few of them. We only have so much room for the tag, but we will build on every VMS platform and access control that you may be working with on a specific project. All you need to do is contact BCD Video Inside Sales team, let them know what VMS they're using, version, and they'll take it from there. So let's talk about servers. Within the BCD Video server line, we have 4. Now keep in mind that yes, we have 4, but we have 500 to 600 different builds underneath these 4 series of servers. Your first one is the entry level, the Element series. For your smaller NVR replacements, remote locations, you may have multiple facilities, but maybe some of those facilities might have 3, 4, 5 cameras in it, and they don't really need a big beefy server or expensive server or a higher cost server. So we can get you in the entry level server there. Now the thing about this is it is a Windows-based server. We do not put server 2012 or 16 server on it. We do not rate it. So you don't have the video protection on this product, but it's at the price point that if your customer comes to you and wants a very price-sensitive product and don't care about rate or protecting their video, we can put you into the Element series here. And one thing that BCD Video takes very seriously is when we provide a server, workstation, or storage to you and it doesn't function properly or you don't have the amount of storage you required, BCD Video will take the liability for that. You do not have any of that liability. Our second series of servers is the Orion series, what we call our professional service series. That does have redundancy. We can raid that for some protection. It's for your little larger jobs. If they want a price-sensitive server that can be rated in video protection, we do that for K-12s, manufacturing. It's got a vast array of different verticals that you can fit that product into. Now, we do utilize surveillance-grade hard drives in these, and this does come with a 3-year advanced replacement warranty, such as the entry-level Element as well. And as I move into the Aurora Nova series, you'll notice a 5-year next business day on site. A little bit different warranty periods on those. Then we get to the Aurora series. We introduced the Aurora series in February 2016. We're fortunate enough to receive the Innovation Award and Benchmark Award from the security industry on the Aurora series of servers. We were looking for a server that we could meet the price point out there of any competitor's white box, but also outperform that product and maintain the 5-year warranty. That was our Aurora series of servers. For your larger jobs, you'll see it has higher throughput. We can put any RAID configuration that you would like into that. It does come with Server 2012, but it can be upgraded to 2016 as well. And it did make our introduction into the helium drive of our products. Now, helium drives are very important to the video market. They're not new. They've been around 5 or 6 years in the IT side of business, but BCDVideo, as the innovator in this industry, brought them in our Aurora series, and now we use them on all of our servers. The benefits to the helium drive is we needed a very high reliable drive in video because that failed first because we're constantly bringing the video in and throwing it out to view it. So we needed a higher reliable drive. So it comes with a 2.5 million hour mean time between failure. It's about 285 years. And here's the biggest benefit to the helium drives. You now have something to leave the customer with. Instead of going in and just talking about video and access control, you can now look at the customer in his eyes and say, I'm looking at your overall cost to your business. I'm going to save you on your electrical and power cost. It takes a lot less energy to run the helium drives, and they run a lot cooler than your normal drive. So it's a nice little piece that you can leave the customer with. Then we get to the Nova series. That's our big guys, our mission critical. That's the SAS drives that we use for dual redundancy and very large projects for live viewing and a lot of high camera counts. And one thing that when working with BCDVideo, you never have to worry about specifications or model numbers. Just bring it into BCDVideo. Once you brought that in, our Insight sales team will have your back through the life cycle of the project. They'll ask you a few questions, and then we'll take all liability. The Element series, we're back. Just a photo picture here of the Element series. That, again, is our entry level, and it shows you the different variations of the details in here. But the one thing that's important is many people ask about the form factor. With this Element series, you can get it in many different form factors. A lot of people think that BCDVideo can only support them with their enterprise projects. However, we can get down to 2 cameras for a gas station or thousands with petabytes of storage. You have a project, you could bring it into us. As you see, the Element series has your small form factor servers. We even have a 6-inch by 6-inch 1U high server. It goes all the way up through your 1, 2U rack mounted to your towers. You just let us know which form factor you want, and we'll build it upon your form factor. The Orion series, this is now, again, it comes with 6G enterprise SATA drives, and we can get this only in a 1U, 2U, and tower version of this. And again, we can rate this product, and the cost is significantly reduced, but it does come with a 3-year warranty, advanced parts replacement. Look at the throughput down there with Genetec, 700 meg throughput, Milestone 500, and others 300. Very good product at the price.
They also have the OS installed on solid-state drives in a RAID configuration, separate from your storage drives.
Yes, we do build with solid-state drives. But the one thing, if you take a look at the benefits of the Orion and the Aurora series, as I mentioned earlier, we needed to get a product at the price point that was outperforming our competitors. You'll look underneath the benefits on the second bullet point, you'll see a large cache memory. That is on the hard drives themselves, specific to your video rights, and that gives us the performance that we need at the price point. So the Aurora series has 1,300 meg on Genetec, 500 on Milestone, and 300 on others. So the throughput, the most cost-effective servers that you can look at in the industry will be the BCDVideo servers for the amount of cameras that we can get on a server. Then we get to our Nova series. This, again, is your large camera counts. You got a lot of live viewing. We use these in casinos a lot, in police departments that's viewing all that video. You need very fast IOs, inputs and outputs, and therefore we use the dual port SAS drives, and we use a 12G dual port. So you've got very fast responses, and with that being said, we can only do that in a 1U, 2U, or a tower version of the server for you. And this will come with Server 2016. Now we move on to the Nova SAN storage. Not much you can show in a picture. It's a chassis with hard drives, But the most important thing about this is the price is unbelievable. So if you have a customer that has the architecture of a centralized storage need, whether it be 40 terabyte, 60 terabyte, or up to 1 petabyte and higher, BCD Video can support you with our Nova series of SAN storage. And at the price point, we use nothing but SAS drives. It's incredible. Let's talk about a couple things that differentiate BCD Video servers from others. One is we have ILO. ILO is what we call integrated lights out. It is a microprocessor on the motherboard. It has its own LAN connection off the back, and it's connected to the power of the server. It's an extremely powerful tool. The customers that use HP servers on the IT side of their business know ILO and love ILO. In fact, what it does is opens up an opportunity for you to ask a question outside the 9 dots. If you're talking about video and access control to your customer, ask them what servers are you using on the IT side of your business. If they say HP servers, you mention ILO, we've got a great chance of winning that project just on this technology. It will separate the components from any video or data inside that server, so you can come in and maintain their hardware without getting access to their video or their data. Also, it's this extremely powerful tool. A couple of years down the road, you get a call, say, hey, the server doesn't have any power from BCD Video. Ask them if the NIC connection is plugged in. It's plugged into the wall. They can come in, turn the server on, and find out what's going on with that server. It's extremely powerful. And again, I can't stress this enough. Anybody that uses HP on the IT side of the business knows this product, this powerful tool, and really enjoys it. So now we get on to the rigid servers. This is a hardened server. It's a small form factor server. So if you need in extreme temperatures, 140, -40, you need in dirty environments, they're fanless. We put them in garages, harsh environments. We put them in caves. And we can get up to 16 ports of PoE built into them, up to 16 terabyte of raw storage for you. So very good for mobile opportunities. We can Wi-Fi, 3G, 4G, GPS satellite. So a couple opportunities there. We put them in big bulldozers, and we put them in trains, automobiles, or everything else. Now let's get on to the networking side. We are unique in the fact that we are the company that can support you not only building video servers, storage, and workstations, but also supports you very heavily in the networking side of the business as well. Because let's face it, we want to grab everything we can within that project, because as we sell more maintenance contracts, we don't want to roll out there only to find out that it was a switch that we're not involved with. Because the good thing is it wasn't our problem. The bad thing is it costs everybody money. So what BCD Video did was say, look at this business. Let's get the IT experts behind the scenes to support our integrated partners and support any which layer of switch that you need, anywhere from the retail general purpose side all the way up to your casinos and your large campus environments and everything else. So we go from the entry level, smart managed, all the way up to full redundancy and fully managed switches for you that we can not only provide to you at a great price, but also let you know which switches to use. And then we talked about, we have the entry level switches, and we have enterprise and mission critical. Now on the entry level, this was important because there's a lot of switches out there that may not pass your video, and you're going to find out that you're going to take support calls that's costing you money. So we went to the same company that builds the chassis, and that was our Acton, that builds many other major manufacturers like Cisco, HP, Brocade, Juniper, and everything else, and had them build us a product. We introduced the EdgeCore in 2016, February of 2016, and it's flying off our shelves. It's a great price. We're not taking support calls. So if you have a design build, or you have the opportunity to tell and mention to a customer about your switches and they don't say it has to be a name brand, we're going to sell you the EdgeCore. And then we have Aruba and Cisco we can sell to you as well. And then we go to the multicast side where big projects. Again, there's our BCD Video Titan series built on the Avaya Extreme product that I talked about earlier. Now let's talk about hardened switches. Everybody uses hardened switches, it seems like, in our travels. Well, it's important that we did a couple of things. We used to resell a different product. We introduced our hardened switches last year because we wanted a couple of key things that needed to be done in our eyes. One is we wanted to make sure that our hardened switches did port naming, which is important. And number two, we make sure that it works in a multicast environment as well. So if they're using unicast today, they move to multicast, they don't have to buy a whole new set of switches. Ours do that at the price point that's going to really surprise you and beats many, many manufacturers out there. Now let's talk about workstations. Part of our ability is to build that workstation appropriately, because this is critical. This is a lot of times when a customer does not see good video, it's because they don't have a proper built workstation. Now we can build these in every different ways. We have a rack mount workstation, as you see in the lower left. We have tower versions, and we can get them in the smaller form factor workstations. And they're powerful. We can build them to whatever you need. Come into us, let us an opportunity. You need a video wall, access control. The first ones to ever build on utilizing the NVIDIA processors for the GPU processing rather than the processor on the video cards. For some of the VMSs that render their video through the workstation, we're the first ones to do that. So again, innovators. And they come with a 3-year warranty. Now, additional products. This is important. BCDVideo looked at this industry as we don't need to come in and tell you we got a great server and then make you go somewhere else to get all this other product. We felt it was important to be a solutions-based company within the security realm, so you have a single source to come to, have the support behind the scenes on many different products, and be able to get a great price on it all through PSA. So what we did is we also offer cabinets, commercial-grade displays, KVMs, and UPSs, and other commodity items that go within the projects that you may be presenting out there in IP surveillance and access control. So it was important for us to grab this and have the support for you on all these different products. Now, where this comes into play is a lot of support and products and support that we do for you. We keep in mind that we don't charge for any of our support. We do have a billable in our professional services, but this is all at no charge. We do the product selection for you. So again, you don't have to worry about model numbers or serial numbers or specifications on product. Bring it into our inside sales team at BCDVideo, and we're going to ask you the VMS and the version. Then we'll ask you 8 other questions, and around that we will build and calculate that product that you need, take all liability. And that goes with the bandwidth storage, the design architecture support. If you have a RFP that you're working on, this is a big time saver for you. You can email the RFP to us. Our inside team will take a look at the workstation server storage pieces. If we have what we need to build and give you a quote on that, we will do that. If not, we'll open up that communication with you via email or a phone call. And then we'll look at through the other part of the RFP. And if you want networking switches or you want any other commodities, we do need you to tell us how many devices are going into each class and all that stuff, okay? Because we don't take reliability for that. But if we know the answers to those, then we can also give you some network switches and everything else that goes into that. Value engineering, the network switch design. We can tell you what switches go out at the edge, what goes at the core, what layers of switches, what budgets of PoE. But again, we have to know how many devices are going into those locations based on your input. And then we have submittal documentation on our website. You'll see all the, we can do this by, if we send you a quote or anything, we can give you the data sheets and everything and go along with that. So below, if you take a look at that, we do have the storage calculator right on our website. So we encourage you to take a look at that. But again, we want to verify those calculations if we're going to take the liability on that. And then let's talk about technical support. This is where BCDVideo really shines. It was important for us to be able to save you money in 2 ways. Number one, in the phone support. Our engineers are certified on the hardware, the software, Microsoft, and SQL. They want to be the very first call, and if you allow them to come into the system, they'll take a look at the VMS and they'll take a look at the hardware for you. If it's a VMS problem, they'll turn you on to that company for additional support. If it's a hardware problem, we will identify that. We'll get tech support on the line. We'll open up the ticket with HP, and then they'll decide when they can come on site, usually the next business day, or that'll be up to the customer when they can fit that in or if the part's available. We're available 24/7 by 365, and we do provide all level 1 through 3 support for you. And then when we have to dispatch, we utilize either HPE or a Seagate Global Services that go on site for you and fix that product. We did create professional services about 1.5 years ago, and this is exciting for BCDVideo as the company to support you in your networking side. We have seen many more of our integrated partners calling us and coming into us with their customers asking if they can design the network, build, put together the network, put a guy on site, guarantee there's no packet losses, and they kept saying they couldn't do that. So together we said, let's fulfill our solutions-based company and put together professional services. Now this is a billable, but it's a very good billable. It's one that you can make money on. If you have the opportunity to go in and fix a network and you don't have that opportunity today, well, you do. Think about BCDVideo, Or if you go on a new customer and talk about video and access control, just ask them, hey, can I give you a quote on design the network and everything, and we can do that for you. Now, the value of the BCD video, guaranteed calculations. We definitely take all liability. We felt there was no need to ever have you take the liability on that. Latest technologies. We are on the board for security with HP. You will always have the latest technologies, never the older technologies. The warranty is unique in this fashion. We have 3 pluses to our warranty. There's a 0 total cost of ownership during that. Number 2, there's no RMAs. And number 3, it never leaves the customer's facility. Excellent bumper-to-bumper warranty. Optimized for security, obviously, 0 time bound. Here's the important thing, the fast delivery. We can turn around in 7 to 10 working days your servers, workstation storage, whatever you order from us, fully configured to you and ready to go within that time period. And our service and support lines, award-winning. This is important. This is your internal resources within BCD Video. This is your first line of any contact in any IP project or access control. If you live in these states, this is your team members out there. We created these emails. Each team has 3 to 4 team members on it. It will get to every team member. Whoever sees it first will grab that, start working with you. It doesn't matter how much information or how little or more information you have. They'll take it from there and run with it, and we'll have your support through the life cycle of the project. And then again, we take the liability. They'll open up those conversations with you via telephone or email, and you'll have your quotes. And by the way, quotes, very fast. You should have the quotes the same day if it's just product related. If it's RFP, it may take a day or 2. Now, that was rather quick. But again, I'm Carl Palish, North America Sales. I think, Perry, go ahead, and we're going to open this up to questions and answers.
Yeah, so I did have a couple of questions that came through. First one, when would an integrator reach out to BCD Video?
Any time that you have an IP surveillance or access control project out there, and the one thing that we have learned, that people always looked at BCD Video as the enterprise company, when in fact we have many different products, from 6-inch One UI all the way up. So anytime that you have an access or IP surveillance opportunity, that it doesn't matter if it's 2 or 3 cameras for a local gas station, or you have thousands of cameras with petabytes of storage, come to BCD Video. We've got your back on the products and your support through the life cycle of that.
Fantastic. Another question. When working with BCD Video, would we be responsible for calculating storage and letting you know what we want in a server?
I'll take that one. We do have our calculator on our website that's downloadable, and you're free to use that to do your own calculations. But even if you do, we do request that you send us the specifications of what you're trying to record with the frame rate, with the requirements of motion, and we will validate your calculations. And as long as we validate your calculations, or we make them ourselves on your behalf, then we will guarantee you that the box we put you in will meet what our calculator says. There's many different calculators. Different VMSs have calculators. Different camera manufacturers have calculators. But we stand behind the calculator, like I said, that's on our website, because we know that our builds, when built to the requirements of that calculator, will perform and provide you with what you're looking for. So we take on that responsibility for you, so you will not have slip on your projects due to miscalculations.
Okay. To follow that one up, how can BCD Video help us reduce labor costs and slip on projects?
That's a fantastic question. Well, BCD Video's thought process is this. Instead of our integrated partner having to put 20 hours on a project and possibly losing that to a competitor, our thought process was to put 10 hours on that project, be in and out in an hour, and make 9 hours of labor for your float. By doing that, it was important for us to be able to do as much as we can up front at no charge to you. So if you allow BCD Video to not only have it fully configured for you, load the base VMS on it, but if you provide the IP addresses to the NICs, you provide the license keys in advance for the VMS. In our engineering department, we'll load all that on there for you. We'll test it. We'll introduce then the VMS, the end user, and the integrator via the paperwork, and we'll do all that for you, all at no charge. Our goal is to get it to the old DVR days where your technician only has to rack it and plug in your cameras in your doors, and you're ready to go.
Fantastic. It looks like I have one more question. How can BCD Video help us to be more competitive on the networking portion of a project?
I'll take that one. We would love to work with you on any networking portion of a video or access control project. If you share with us the equipment list of what you're looking for, or the devices that need to be connected to it, we have the ability to price out for you, whether it's Cisco or EdgeCore or even HP. We can provide you prices on all three and help you figure out which is the most advantageous for your end user. So don't discount us. Give us an opportunity to provide you those HP and Cisco prices, and also as an alternate are the EdgeCore and Titan series. So you could be as competitive as possible and still deliver a high quality network to your customer.
Wonderful. Thank you, gentlemen. That does look like that's all the questions that we have for today. But if you would like to review this presentation again or would like to pass it along, we will have a recorded version of it posted very soon. You can find it by visiting psasecurity.com/education. Thank you very much to Perry Levine and Carl Polish. Their contact information is posted here for questions after this presentation. Please visit our website, that's psasecurity.com, to be sure that you are leveraging all that PSA Security Network has to offer. On our homepage, you can access our future webinar events, this recording, educational offerings, and business solutions. This will conclude today's presentation. Thank you again, gentlemen, and I hope everybody has a wonderful day.
Thank you as well.
Thank you.